What's good, guys? So, wanted to make a quick video. It is Monday, 12:47. I just got done training legs. So I wanted to talk a little bit about training intensity and what you should be experiencing while you're working out or while you're at the gym. Um, Felt very motivated to make this video, so I'm just gonna talk and give my thoughts. So, training intensity. Some things that you'd want to look for. Um, One, sweat. How much you're sweating. So, sweat is a pretty good indicator of how intense your workout is and uh, how effective your workout is contributing to your fitness goals and what you're trying to accomplish. Um, Especially if you are trying to lose weight, you definitely want to sweat. Sweat. Basically, what happens is your body heats up, and when your body heats up, like your core temperature heats up, your body cools you down by sweating. Your sweat glands, they exfoliate all the salt and the sodium in your body, comes out of sweat, and it's to help drop your core temperature, cool you off. So, um, the way that you sweat, most of those factors depend on a number of things. Hydration is a big one. Blood flow, um, how fast your heart, how fast your rate of heart is either increasing and then decreasing and then increasing again, kind of like interval training. Um, and I know there's a bunch of other things that I can't really think about right now, but those are the main things. Usually, you'll see somebody sweating if they're doing a lot of work, like putting their body under a lot of stress in a short amount of time. So, if you're working out, that's what ends up happening. Or if your heart rate starts to increase over time, which that's kind of like the debate between weightlifting and cardio training. When you're doing cardio training, your heart rate is gradually accelerating over time, and then over time your muscles are being put under more and more stress, the same type of muscles, so it's challenging your body more, which your body ends up starting to sweat because you're being challenged. So that's a good indicator that you're being challenged, that you're working hard, is that you're sweating. So that's probably my number one factor as to measuring how intense your workout is, if you're sweating or not. Number two, is how much blood flow you have, or what's your pump look like. So typically when you weight train, you start lifting weights, and it's excess stress and resistance that your muscles are being put under. And what happens is all the blood flow, all the nutrients goes into that one muscle that you're working out. So if I'm doing a bicep curl, right? So if I'm doing a bicep curl and I'm really starting to strain to get that weight up, all that blood flow is going to rush into the bicep in order to lift the weight, to expand the muscle and make it contract. And blood flow is a really good indicator. Blood flow and pump is a really good indicator of how effective your workout is. Basically, it's hard to explain a pump, really. A pump just feels like that muscle is expanded, and even when you're not lifting weights, it's hard for you to contract the muscle, I guess is my best way to put it. It's a little difficult to explain, honestly. Um, yeah, that's the best way I would explain it, is when you're putting a muscle under stress and tension, and when you go to do the same type of movement without any resistance, and it's hard for you to do that, like the muscle is very tight, um, and it's limited in its range of motion, that's indicated of a really good pump. Um, you want a good pump in the gym, especially when you're weightlifting. And that's because when you weightlift, you want all those nutrients and minerals to be rushed into the muscle to maximize the weight that you're lifting and how many reps that you're doing. And especially for the limited time that you're resting, you want a really, really effective and good pump. If your pumps are good enough, you'll feel it in the back and the legs, which is kind of crazy. Because pretty those are two big muscles. Um, well, let me take that back. If you have a really good pump, you'll feel it in the shoulders. Yeah, let's go with that because shoulders is a small muscle. Sometimes, hold on, I'm trying to think about this logically. No, let's go with back and legs because it's harder to maintain a consistent good pump the larger the muscle group is. Um, if it's a smaller muscle group, it's easier to keep the blood flow in there, especially if you continuously work out that smaller muscle group. Yeah, so let's go with that. Because I've noticed like this past workout with my legs were pretty consistently pumped throughout the workout. And sometimes you're gonna have to do what's called pre-fatigue muscle. So pre-fatiguing, what it does is it just helps you challenge the muscle more uh, by making you do an isolation movement first, and then moving on to your compound movement, so that you feel the contraction in the muscle more. And it's going to help intensify the workout. It's going to make you sweat, and it's going to challenge you more, which is what you want. In a workout, you want to be challenged. A lot of people come up to me and ask me, after so long of working out, is it still hard for you? Yeah, 100%. And this is why. It's basically for that 1 hour that you're in the gym. Sometimes I can't even last an hour, 45 minutes maybe. But for that 1 hour, um, you should have a goal of what you want to do, right? When you're working out. So if you're going in there and like for me, I'm on a bulk, so I'm like, okay, I'm working out legs today. I want my legs to absolutely blow up. I want my legs to be bigger. I want them to be stronger. That's my goals. So so I'll just kind of give you a rundown of my workout. So I started off doing leg extensions, and the reason why I did that is to get blood flow into the muscle, to warm up the knee joint, which is really important, especially when you're doing legs, lunges and squats, because that, and yeah, just lunges and squats. Leg press, not really too much, but lunges and squats can put a lot of pressure and stress on that knee joint. But warmed up with leg extensions and hip abduction and adductors really help warm up the hips because I just from over the years I've never really stretched, so my hips have always been tight and been limited in the range of motion. So I make sure to do abductions and adductors, especially before I do a big squat movement, which is what I did today. And even then, I had to intensify because I had to squat on the Smith machine. That's another video for another time. But anyway, so I pre-fatigued my quads by doing leg extensions. Got a lot of blood flow in there and did it to the point where the muscle started to fail at that particular movement. And then moved on to another movement, and I felt it more in the squat because of the leg extensions, because of all that blood flow in the quads, in the legs, and because the muscle was already tight and burning. So when I started doing the squat, I could feel it that much more. And what it also did is, since my quads were pretty blown up, had a lot of blood flow in there, it forced my body to focus more on the squat. It force my body to focus more on my hamstring and glute dominance in regards to squatting the weight up. Because what happens is a lot of people sometimes, if they have really, really strong quads and their hamstrings and their glutes are not that strong, what's going to happen is when they go to squat, they're going to be leaning forward, right? So they're going to be leaning forward to take that pressure off the hamstrings and the glutes because they're tight and they're they're unbalanced, they're underdeveloped, and they're going to be pressing more through their toes and through the middle of their feet, and focusing more on the strength portion of their legs, which is the quads. So that's kind of my rundown. I know I kind of ranted a little bit, but I wanted to make that clear. So, sweat, good indicator of an effective workout. Sweat, pump, make sure your muscles are pumped up. And I'll give you guys one more. So another way to gauge how effective your workout is your rest time. So typically, if you are lifting lighter weights in the 6 to 12 rep range, let's go with that. Yeah, 6 to 12 rep range. Your max rest time should only be about 60 seconds, maybe, when you're going into that 66 to 8 rep range. If you're in the 10 to 12 rep range, you can easily rest 30 seconds and then hop back on it. I see so many people who'll do, a set of curls and get like a couple reps, maybe like 8 or 10. Rest for like 10 minutes and then go back and do it again. That's not an effective workout. By that time, you lost the pump, you lost the blood flow. Do you guys hear that? Hear that thunder? It's thundering. Anyway, what was it? Yeah, so they'll hit a set of curls, right? And then they'll rest for like 5 to 10 minutes and go back to it. Your arms are small muscles, okay? I don't care how big you want them. The biceps, the triceps, very small muscles compared to the rest of your body, compared to your legs, compared to your back. Small muscles. They do not need to rest long. And I'm gonna go on a little rant here, but in regards to what I've seen so far in the gym that I work out at, because every day is pretty much almost arm day over there. The amount of volume that you're doing on a muscle, you should really pay more close attention to that. For instance, looking at the human body, right? The human body. You look at how big your muscles are, right? So if I'm looking in a mirror and I'm looking at how big my muscles are, the biggest muscles that I have are in my back and in my legs, which it should be for everybody, okay? If it's not, then we have a problem here, Captain. So looking in the mirror, you should see that your biggest muscles are your legs and your back. Your legs pretty much make up like 50% of how much muscle you have. And I'm exaggerating it. It's probably not 50%, but it's at least 35%. And your back might be another 30. But looking at those muscles and looking how big they are, that means that they require more volume, right? And volume is just the amount of sets and reps, the amount of sets and the number of exercises that you do in your workout program. So if you're looking to either gain weight or lose weight, you want to prioritize working out back and leg especially, and a little bit more on the chest side. And that's because they're bigger muscles. When you work out bigger muscles, you burn more calories. So you're looking to lose weight, legs, back, a little bit of chest, you're going to burn more calories because they're bigger muscles. They require more energy. They require more oxygen to work out the muscle. So you're going to be burning more calories when you work those muscles out. So on those days that you train those body parts, you need to be going ham. Okay? Ham. So on days that you work out like shoulders, arms, and a little bit of ab training, those are small muscles. They don't require that much volume to grow. You can put a muscle under too much stress and cause it to not grow. Because especially if you're training it frequently at such high volume, that muscle will not grow. What you need to do is focus more of your volume on the bigger muscle group, especially for guys. And this is more of a rant towards guys. Women don't really have this problem. It's more of a rant towards guys. But guys, listen to me. You want your arms to grow? Work out legs and back. You want your shoulders to be bigger? Work out legs and back. You want your chest to be developed and be more big and broad? Work out legs and back. When you work out legs and back, you release more testosterone. It is proven that testosterone helps increase muscle mass. That's why men are built bigger than women. It's because of more testosterone. That's why their muscles are bigger. If women had as much testosterone as men, then they would be as big as men. The reason why men are bigger is because of the more testosterone. And ladies, even when you work out with weights, since you don't have as much testosterone as men, your muscles will not get as big and grow in mass. They'll get a little bit bigger, but they won't be as massive as a man's. Because you have more estrogen. Estrogen is more designed to tone the muscle. Okay, just to tone the muscle. When I say toning, it just means that you're going to show definition in the muscle. So instead of mostly fat, you're going to have more definition in the muscle, and your muscles are going to show more. They're going to be more prominent. They're not going to grow and expand in size. They will a little bit, but not to the degree that a man works out because of the difference in estrogen and testosterone. So yeah, those are my three things. Sweat, pump, and rest/volume. Because I would put those two and two together. Because the rest and the volume should coincide with your workout program and what your goal is. See, my goal is to gain weight. So when I work out legs, I go what's called high volume, so a lot of sets and a lot of different exercises. But I increase the rest time a little bit to accommodate for the heavier weight, which the most amount of rest I'll do honestly is 2 minutes. And that's just because I want to try to keep the fat gain to a minimum, especially while on the bulk. You don't want to gain too much fat, because a lot of people don't know this. What happens is when you gain weight, especially if you gain fat, you obtain fat cells in your body. And when you start to lose weight, those fat cells don't go away. So once you have fat cells in your body, they do not go away. They either expand or they shrink. So someone who is overweight and they lose weight, they're more likely to put that weight back on compared to someone who's lived their whole life skinny. And it's not, genetics play a factor in it, but it's more because they have more fat cells in their body that can expand compared to someone who's been pretty much an ectomorph their whole life and hasn't really been overweight. This video's too long. So that's my video for today. My three tips, indicators on how effective your workouts should be. Sweat, how much you sweat. Pump, how effective your pump is, how engorged your muscles are with blood and nutrients, and the rest time and the volume. Making sure that you're not resting too long. If you're lifting heavy, it's okay to rest a little bit longer. But again, you don't want to be resting too long to the point where you're losing your pump, or you've stopped sweating, or uh, your heart rate is at rest for too long. The minute you can breathe normally is a good indicator of when you need to be hitting your next set. Which, especially if you're doing arms or shoulders or a very small muscle, it's not that long. Especially for abs. Abs, you kill it for like 3 rounds of exercises, and within 30 seconds you're breathing normally. Time to go again. So that's it. I just want to make this quick video on all the workout intensity and how to measure it. I'll be making another video later tonight. I want to try to do 2 videos a day. One video is more workout oriented, talking about a workout topic, and then another one's going to be more towards talking about life and Christian side of things, because I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a Christian. Talking about maybe the Bible. I'll pick like maybe a Bible verse and we'll talk about it a little bit. I'm just trying to help people out, guys. That's all I'm doing. I'm just trying to help people out, just trying to help improve everybody's quality of life through what I've learned and through what I know in regards to my education and my experience. So hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Be sure to smash that like button and that subscribe button, and keep making gains. Peace.